Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you're watching TTV News. Some latest events in the province, and now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of April 22nd, Goya District solemnly held a meeting to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification and the 70th anniversary of the Goya establishment and development 1955-2025.
Attending the event, there were police bureau members, Secretary of Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Nên, Herrick Vietnamese Party Phan Thị Mạo, Hero of the People's Armed Forces Phạm Văn Chiến, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Acting Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thành, Chairman of Provincial Vietnam Philanthropic Committee Võ Đức Trọng. After 70 years of establishment and development, Goyao has made great strides from a strategic land in the resistant world to a dynamic and modern district of the province. Up to now, the district has 8 over 8 communes meeting new rural standards, of which 1 commune has achieved the model new rural standards, 2 communes have achieved the advanced new rural standards, and the poverty rate of the district has decreased to 0.31%. At the meeting, police bureau members, Secretary of Ho Chi Minh City Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Nên and the leaders of Goyao District presented the gifts and expressed the gratitude to Herrick Vietnamese mothers, the heroes of the armed forces, and the veteran revolutionary corps who have made great contribution to the formation and development of the district. On this occasion, Goyao District has also commended and recognized 70 collectives and individuals who have made contribution to the local economic and social development.
On the afternoon of April 22nd, a working delegation of the Brussels Party Committee led by Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, Provincial Party Secretary, Chairman of the Brussels People Council, visited and presented gifts to policy family and meritorious people in Ninh World, Thanh Tân Commune and Bình Minh Commune, TayNinhTV City.
In Ninh World, the delegation visited the family of Herrick Vietnamese martyr Võ Thị Thành, born in 1927, and the family of Mr. Trương Trọng Nghĩa, born in 1967, a one-for-war invalid. In Thanh Tân Commune, the delegation visited the family of Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Ân, born in 1944, and the family of Mr. Mai Văn Dũng, born in 1949, a war invalid and resistant activist, and a resistant activist who was exposed to toxic chemicals. Visiting the families of Miss Lê Thị Hai, born in 1952, Mr. Lê Mạnh Tiền, born in 1956, Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Thịnh, born in 1948, who are war invalids living in Bình Minh Commune. At each place, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People's Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, kindly asked about the health and life of the families and expressed deep gratitude to the previous generation who participated in liberating the South, unifying the country, bringing independence and freedom to the nation.
And on the morning of April 22nd, head of Provincial Party Committee's Organizing Committee Nguyễn Thị Yến Mai and Vice Chairman of Provincial Vietnam Philanthropic Committee Hồ Đức Hải and local leaders attended the ceremony of handing over right unity houses to the poor and near-poor households under the program of eliminating temporary and dilapidated houses in Sudai Commune, U Minh Châu District. 14 right unity houses were handed over to the household with difficult housing circumstances, including 10 newly built houses and 4 repair houses. Each house is worth for 90 million Vietnam dong, with an area of 40 square meters to 60 square meters. The construction cost is borrowed from the state budget, the Fund for the Poor of the Province District, and Fico Tenant Cement Joint Stock Company. On this occasion, practical gifts were also given to the households.
On April 22nd, the delegation led by Deputy Head of the Brussels National Assembly Delegation Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy visited and presented gifts to policy family and people with meritorious service to the revolution in Ramatau.
On this occasion, the delegation visited 8 policy families and people with meritorious services in communes and wards, including An Hòa Quận, Gia Bình Quận, Trảng Bom Quận, and Phước Bình Commune. At the places, Ms. Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy kindly asked about their health and expressed her deep gratitude for the great contributions of policy families and people with meritorious services to the cause of fighting for national independence. On behalf of the Provincial Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, and Vietnam Federal Select Committee of the province, Deputy Head of the Provincial National Assembly Delegation Hoàng Thị Thanh Thúy wish the families good health and a happy life with their families, children and grandchildren.
The Ho Chi Minh conveyed the pinnacle of the Revelatory Spring 1975 ended successfully, opening a new era for the country. The people of TayNinhTV quickly stabilized their lives, returned to normal activity, and embarked on the start curve building a new life.
Education is one of the areas that all levels and sectors pay special attention to. Quickly bringing the students back to school without interrupting their studies has become an urgent task. And from the first day after liberation until now, the education and training sector of the province has overcome many difficulties and challenges, achieved remarkable achievements. As of the 240 teachers sent to the south after the country was completely unified, Mr. Lê Viết Thắng left his hometown in 1977 to go to the south and carrying with him the knowledge, ideals and love for the profession. He was assigned to work at the Pedagogical College, where the school faced many difficulties and lacking both facilities and staff at that time. Not afraid of hardship, Mr. Thắng gradually attached himself and devoted himself to the course of educating people in the new land. And after many times of transfer and working at many schools in the province, he and his colleagues preserved to overcome the countless challenges of the early period. It was from those persistent efforts that he and the staff and the lecturers of the school contributed to laying the first brick to build a solid foundation for the TayNinhTV education sector. We do the task of being both a writer and a gunman, and very difficult and hard, but we leave many beautiful marks in the relationship between teachers and students in the classroom as well as in construction on the border, sharpening spoils to fight the enemy in many different ways, very hard, but with the mission of a scholar from Nghệ An in TayNinhTV. We strive to fulfill our duties, both educating and training, and taking care of the solidarity of the whole people to do the work of eliminating illiteracy and universalizing high school. So, in the past 50 years, besides developing facilities, the team of teachers has always played a key role, deciding the quality of education. In addition to the attention and professional training from the education sector, the spirit of proactive learning and improving the qualifications of the teachers themselves has also contributed significantly to improving the standards of the team. And currently, the whole province has 203 schools from primary to high school. The team of teachers and general education managers in the area is increasingly standardized in terms of professional qualification, meeting the requirements of educational innovation. And currently, the province has 598 staff, of which 543 have university degrees, 51 have master degrees, and 1 has a doctorate. Regarding the teaching staff, 7,349 have university degrees and 354 have master degrees. 2 are doctors out of a total of 8,869 teachers in the province. The education sector continues to implement the educational methods well. First of all, innovating teaching methods, promoting creativity, self-study, and autonomy of each teacher. TayNinhTV education sector has also clearly identified maintaining and improving the universalization as a key task to ensure that all children of all ages to go to school, contributing to improving the people's knowledge and developing human resources. In particular, the development orientation of the sector is also specified according to the strategy for the period of 2025 to 2030 and orientation to 2045. Proud of its 50 years development journey, TayNinhTV education sector has constantly strived to innovate and grow to improve the quality of teaching and learning, meeting the increasingly high requirements of the course of fundamental and comprehensive innovation in education and training, and with the noble mission of training human resources and nurturing talents. The education sector of the province has affirming its key role in the course of socio-economic development, contributing to building an increasingly civilized, modern, and sustainable TayNinhTV. And at the regular meeting of Provincial People's Committee in April 2025, held on April 22nd, Mr. Trần Anh Minh, Director of the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of the TayNinhTV Province, reported to the Provincial People's Council on the draft resolution on naming and renaming streets and public works in the TayNinhTV city. According to a report of the Director of the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, 11 streets located in the TayNinhTV city will be proposed to be named after famous people, national heroes, and typical historical figures. In addition, the Taynin Canal Park, Ward 2, is proposed to be named as Quang Trung Park. The open space area at the old stadium, Ward 3, will officially be named to To Quyên Square. And on the afternoon, April 22nd, the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism of TayNinhTV Province held a press conference to inform about activities to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the national reunification associated with the 5th anniversary of liberation of TayNinhTV Province, April 30th, 1975, April 30th of 2025. Mr. Nguyễn Nam Giang, Deputy Director of the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, chaired the press conference. At the press conference, representatives of the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism specially informed about the content of Plan number 792 of the Provincial People's Committee, the implementation progress, and the main activities during the holiday. Accordingly, the province will organize 6 key programs, including a ceremony to visit the Motor Cemetery and offer incense in their memory, a provincial-level celebration and art programs, a photo exhibition, and a space to display 50 achievements, birds, industrial and trade fairs, OCB products, and regional specialties. Space for performing intangible cultural heritage and activities to honor the people with meritorious services, social security, and patriotic elation movements. The Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism also said that the key events are entering the final stages of completion, ensuring the set schedule. The special art program 50 Years of TayNinhTV Construction and Development on the evening of April 29th, the highlight of the series of activities will be elaborately staged, combining modern sound and lighting and ending with a low-altitude fireworks display. The press conference also recorded many opinions and questions from press agencies regarding the organization, communication, and safety of the series of commemorative activities. The department's representative directly answered and at the same time recorded and accepted the opinions to complete the preparation work in the coming time.
The situation of smuggling trade brown and counterfeit goods continued to be complicated in the first months of 2025, with many serious cases related to meal, medicine, and rust discovered in some localities.
This is the assessment met at the National Online Conference organized by the National Steering Committee Against Smuggling, Trade for and Counterfeit Goods, called the Steering Committee of 389 on April 21st to evaluate the results of the first quarter and propose directions and tasks in the coming time. At the conference, the Deputy Prime Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn, head of the National Steering Committee of 389, said that the situation of smuggling, trade for and counterfeit goods since the beginning of the year has been very complicated, with a number of very serious incidents occurring in a number of localities, including the production and trade of counterfeit milk, medicine, and especially drug smuggling. In the border provinces, the situation of drug smuggling is particularly serious. Many major cases have been cracked out. This achievement is due to our deep involvement in the grassroots, with information from the grassroots and the people, so the results have been positive. In the first quarter of 2025, units and localities arrested and handed over 30,600 violations, down to 0.77% over the same period. Notably, the cases of trading and transporting prohibited and smuggled goods increased by 74.51% over the same period. The state purchase revenue increased by 59.45% compared to the same period. Criminal prosecution of over 1,300 cases with more than 2,000 subjects. Since the Market Management Forum has returned to the locality to manage, it is necessary to closely monitor any reasonable issues and advise the ministry to promptly handle them, especially cases that cross the provincial border to avoid delays. Although the methods are old, the change of location and the way subjects take advantage of the people for profit is also very difficult for the functional process in the work of preventing smuggling. According to the assessment, smuggling drugs are increasingly sophisticated, such as taking advantage of free trade policy, disguising corporate legal entities, express delivery, e-commerce to evade taxes and consume counterfeit and prohibited goods. And therefore, the National Steering Committee of 389 has proposed many key solutions in the coming time, including requiring ministry, branches and localities to continue to closely follow the government's direction, perfect the apparatus, develop specific action plans, and focus on preventing smuggling, especially of goods that affect the consumer's health and national economic security.
Towards the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and the reunification of the country, trying hence to develop local tourism. Nhân dân newspaper implements the project Love Vietnam by installing an FC Bros wireless connection technology at famous landmarks of provinces and cities, including TayNinhTV province. In TayNinhTV province, the project installed an FC Bros at the special national relic of the Central Office for the South Vietnam interactive station located at the reception house, Baden Mountain Historical Relic and Scenic Spot interactive station located at the Baden Mountain Heroes Monument, and Logo Summit National Park interactive station located at the Watt Tower. Tourists using the phones to interact with the NFC chatbot will be certified to have checked-in at the location, save personal photos, receive useful information about the location, and receive gifts from the program. On tourist information data when performing operations is kept strictly confidential and not disclosed. This data helps track the frequency of visits to locations, contributing to tourism statistics and support management work. The project contributes to promoting historical and cultural sites of TayNinhTV in particular and the country in general, creating unique discovery experiences for tourists, thereby spreading the image of the locality and supporting the promotion of domestic tourism.
On the afternoon of April 21st, the Tax Department held the conference to collect opinion on plans to reduce and simplify tax administrative procedure. This is part of the government effort to build a modern, effective, and efficient administration.
This is part of the government efforts to build a modern, effective, and efficient administration. At the conference, the Deputy Director of the Tax Department, Đặng Ngọc Minh, presented solutions to perform and reform tax administrative procedures, including a comprehensive review of procedures and proposal for reduction and simplification, focusing on the application of information technology and the reuse of digitized information. One of the important highlights is that the Tax Department will operate for 100% of eligible tax administrative procedures to the level of full process online public services, connecting with the National Public Service Portal and National Database, helping to create favorable conditions for the people and businesses.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fatherland Festival is the Best of Success Art event organized by the Vietnam Success Federation on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and national reunification.
Not only evoking the heroic spirit from historical pages, the Fatherland Festival is also a bridge between the generation, and each person, especially the young generation, can relive the past, understand more deeply about the journey of the struggle for independence of the Vietnamese people. From there, they have more responsibility to preserve, protect, and promote the precious historical values. 90 minutes of going back to the glorious and historic part of the nation through its circus scene and movement. The special circus arts events of the Fatherland Festival has opened up a quiet space where the audience not only watches but also feels, reflects, and resonates with the historical values. History is told in a modern, engaging form. To two veteran characters, he told the children that we have independence today. The scene, Cúc ơi, the youth pioneer girls opened the way, and the sacrifice and losses of 10 girls at Dom Lộc Crossroads opened up the campaign. Then we gradually brought the historical contest to the Central Highlands. The scene advanced into Saigon. The atmosphere of victory has the Vietnamese mothers waiting for their son to return, and then the mother cannot meet them, but her son's complaints bring back relics, and we create a sense of stillness. No dialogue, no need for explanation. In the dim light and haunting music, its circuit move becomes a special storytelling language, and the life and death moments on the battlefield, the strong camaraderie and the longing from the loved ones in the rear all appear realistic, haunting opponent with the emotions of the young actors. To perform this act, the circuit techniques are actually not too difficult, but the emotion of a mother waiting for her child to return, but her child is sacrificed, pride and sorrow rise. Suddenly, those emotions, thinking about the fallen national hero, make me have many emotions to perform. The second is not only a technical performance, but also the art of storytelling through the sound, through light, and through the harmony between the sound of the artist and the audience. And his story is no longer on the paper, but comes alive through on the senses and touches the emotions of the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.